Hi again. You like my t-shirt? Tell me that's not the coolest thing. What's up, guys? I'm still here. I survived 2025. What's up? Welcome to Cards and Coffee. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. That was an awesome all signs today. Hey, we were ironing some kinks out, but I kind of dug it. I started thinking about it, and that's why I'm like, instead of doing the 12 individual signs, it's like, why don't, I mean, you got to record them anyways. Just do it like it's another all signs. And yeah, it ran a little bit longer, but then like the other all signs during the week, those things, those ones will still be like 3 hours. It's when we do the big ones for the week ahead, and then we'll do like, it gives me variety. So that way all the signs get read 3 times a week. It's so cool. I love it. I'm kind of digging the vibes. What's up? What's up? Hey, Queen Ja. Welcome in. Cheers, y'all. How's it going? Cappy Go, Girl in Love. I did, yeah. The shirt came in the mail after the all signs, so I put this on. I was like, oh, I got to have this for Cards and Coffee. Because 2025 was a year to remember. Hey, Monica. What's up? How you doing? What's up, Jill? Oh, my goodness, Jill. Yes, what I do see on this. But actually, I do see he'll be around for a while. It's not at the total end yet. I do see him sticking in there for a little bit longer, all right? But do rest to know that he will get to a point. He will have peace, okay? I do see he's going to be there for a bit, though, too. All right, he's not leaving just yet, okay? I do want you to know as well, too, that he's not hurting. He's not suffering. If you've been fearing that, or you're like, I think he's hurting or something like that, he's not. I'm being told he's being taken care of, and the proper medications are being given to keep him out of pain. He is comfortable, just so you know, okay? Had to get that out. So how you guys doing? What's up, what's up? Rowdy, let's see. That happens in threes, though. You know what? Hang in there. We're going to send some prayers to your dad, too. All right? Prayers sending to both of your guys, Jill's father and Rowdy's father. I mean, we've proven on this channel alone how good the power of prayer is. It got Mama T out of ICU. So we're sending some of those same prayers, that powerful energy that healed Mama T. We're going to send it to both of your fathers, Jill and Rowdy. Okay? Lord, we do ask that you look over Jill and Rowdy's fathers in their times as they prepare for whatever may await them. All right? Please look over them, keep them safe and calm and comfortable, and the right people and their energies around them. All right? And also look after Rowdy and Jill through this time and give them the strength they will need to proceed on their paths. We ask this, please and thank you. Amen. Got you guys. No problema, okay? We're sending some power your guys' way. Okay. We're going to dive in and check this out. I've got the new schedule going across the bottom of the screen here. This is the new 2026 Archer Astrology schedule. And definitely today I did notice before I started my live that Frankie's live right now doing her super chats over at Frankie's Tarot. Okay, so if you want it, you can run over there, check hers out. She may have a couple question spots available. All right, and the next ones will be coming in Monday. All right, so the new schedule for Archer Astrology Tarot is at the bottom of the screen, so you can subscribe, hang out, and be a part. But you guys are here, so you're already pretty much subscribers. Hey, Brandy. Brandy, what up? What up, Stephanie? All right, guys, you ready to read some cards, see what's cooking in your guys' life? I mean, it's 2026, and we have got, as I was looking at astrology yesterday, is that we have got some really wild planet movements. There are a few conjunctions and trines and sextiles, 2 and 3 planets coming into different alignments that we don't have historical reference on. It's never happened. So there's new stuff happening in this year, okay? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. We cannot, even for an astrology reading, a tarot reading, we can't pull on some of these energies and have a historical base point to reference it to or a previous cycle to reference it to. We are literally entering into, it's like Taylor Swift's song. I may or may not be a closet Swiftie, all right? That doesn't matter. And she's a Sag, whatever. Anyhow, that's cool. Call me Taylor, it's fine. We'll write a song together, right? Let's do that. Buddies, hanging out, Cancer Sag vibes. We'll write a song. All right, check out the after party at the collab with me and Frankie. Me and Bill know a thing or two about a thing or two. But it's blank space. Literally, there's not a base point. It is literally what you and your person choose to make it when you guys come back together this year. All right? And we've already seen a marriage. Aisha is married now. We've got people reaching out, people talking, opening up. It's a transformation. All right? So we gotta definitely take notes because we're setting the tone the next time some of these planet positions happen hundreds of years from now, they're going to look back on 2026 as the base point for it. That's the wild part. All right, so let's see where we're going with this. All right, I'm going to swap over and get to the Super Chat screen. Do. Give me just a sec here. And get to that. All right. Cool, I'm in. All right. And what we'll do at the end of these Super Chats after you Kahanas, because you guys did contribute, and that means the world to me. I'm very grateful for everything you guys do to help us and your donations. So down to Randy, we'll do a rapid fire, all right? So we'll put a timestamp for rapid fire at the end. That way you guys, after Yukihana, you still get red. It's just going to be on the one timestamp, okay? Cool beans. All right, let's get over to here. Hey, what up? Tell me that is not it just came in the mail after the all signs or during the all signs. I had to put it on. We're still standing after all this. I got Elton John songs in my head on repeat because of how cool Frankie looked during the collab. Happy New Year, Donna. Happy New Year, everybody. Here's to 2026, all right? A blank page for whatever you and your person's futures may take you guys up against or where. Cheers. All right, let's dig in. And thank you guys all so much. You guys are awesome. All right, Jersey Girl, you are up first. Let's put yours at 6:36. That's kind of a cool timestamp. Okay, and let's begin. All right. When Derek reaches out, how will the conversation go? Is there relationship progress or he runs? Okay, gotcha. Let's see what's up. Thank you. Ooh, the Four of Wands. No, he's not running. The Four of Wands, it's reunion energy. The World card to the King of Swords. On the Temperance card, when he reaches out, very strong possibility before the end of Capricorn season. Tower card to the Eight of Pentacles, because he's already had some kind of something happen in his life. I don't think his New Year's Eve went very well. Tower card to the Eight of Pentacles. So he's working on this. The White Rabbit has recently shown up in his energies. Four of Wands to the World card on that King of Swords. That has him up and thinking about stuff. So this is going to be a Four of Wands. Okay, so he's not going to run. This is the relationship. Right now, he's rebuilding from whatever just recently happened in order to reach out to you. That's why I think it's before the end of Capricorn season. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords into the Eight of Swords. It leads to the Nine of Swords. There's the High Priestess vibes. By Pisces season, you're going to feel more confident in the connection, okay? Now, the conversation here with Abigail, the Peacemaker, on the Eight of Swords for this, it's kind of like a stuck energy. The conversation, it's going to be deep. The Knight of Cups is Scorpio energy, so it's a bit of a deep conversation. Now, he's going to come, and he's coming, he comes in peace. Anyways, why did I just see Mork and Mindy? That's funny. Nanu. Anyways, so the thing is at first, initially, this is going to be a very big test for you, Jersey Girl, because initially, you're going to want to kind of lash out at him. Understandable. He's put you through some stuff. He's going to look at you and go, could we not talk about it? Could we just look forward? This is where you guys are currently coming into step 4. You're in step 4 of the 5 stages of grief and the 5 of Swords, the 5 stages of separation, in that you guys are attempting to come back around for the cycle to try again. Your test to see if you've changed so that the lesson doesn't repeat itself is if you can actually leave the past in the past and like start back where things were at day 1. Without bringing any of that up and being like, okay, I'm willing to forgive you on it, but so help me, Lord, if you do it again, this is your one last shot, buddy. I won't bring it up if you don't do it again, right? That sort of thing. Let them know it's like a zero tolerance thing, that it'll have a few moments of awkward silence, okay? But it will lead eventually with this outcome here on the High Priestess that he won't run, and you guys will actually have the conversation and see it through to the end, okay? This one here allows that cycle to close. This is the part telling me that's your big test. Can you go King of Swords, or with the Two of Swords to Temperance, can you hold your ground? Can you stand your ground, hold your nerve? That puts you in the Queen of Pentacles status and lets me know with the King of Cups that you did pass the lesson. So I have a feeling that when he reaches out, I think you'll be cool about it. Initial responses deep down may be to lash out, but if you don't, you pass the test and he stays put. All right. Next up is going to be, oh, Hayden Seal, what up? Hayden Seal, you are going to be at 9:55. All right. I need some space. How's A feeling? I needed some space. How's A feeling? All right, let me see what's up. Tapping into Hayden's energies. How's A feeling? Queen of Pentacles. A actually needs the space too. This happened for a good reason. Queen of Pentacles. Temperance card. The World card. The King of Swords. Oh my goodness, with the Devil card. I could see why you needed some space. This is intense. I could see it. It's hard to understand which direction things were going. Now, at the moment, he's kind of actually, A is kind of actually agreeing. I see A is in more of the masculine energy at the moment and is using this, like you might think that A don't care. A is actually attempting to maintain balance, all right, a bit of emotional maturity, and give you the space needed, all right? A is very nervous. A keeps checking the phone. A keeps looking to see if like maybe 3 dots, maybe you're texting, all right? Not sure if you blocked for the space, not sure if you're even like, he is nervous. A is a little nervous about where things might be going on this one and if the space is gonna be like permanent, okay? So it is giving A the time to process through the intensities of how they acted and humble themselves with the Judgment card. It's actually working out exactly as it's supposed to. 10 of Pentacles, this is achieving a bit of emotional maturity. Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Swords. A is currently watching you from behind the scenes, either heavy on his mind or a little bit of digital social media stalking, but free will. A free will is allowing you to have the space. A doesn't want to chase, doesn't want to create that issue. So A has left the door open, and when you're ready to respond, A will be there. Very nice. And I'm hearing Michael Jackson's song. Well, I'm hearing the Jackson 5 song. I don't know how that resonates to you, but I'm hearing I'll Be There. All right? You and I must make up. Oh my gosh, I love that song. Okay, hope that helps. All right, next up is a girl in love. Let's see, how you doing, darling? Spinny hugs, what you up to? All right, you're gonna be at 12:08. All right, let's see what's up. Hey, Stacy, what you up to, girl? All right, let's see. Okay, a Brandon update. Brandon. Oh my goodness. All right, what are Brandon's intentions and feelings right now? All right, left your Happy New Year text on red. Don't even text much, okay? Any good news to get through the weekend? All right, 7 of Wands. A response is only a stone's throw away with the 9 of Cups. Keep praying for him to reply. Be told, keep praying for the reply. 6 of Pentacles. He is trying to find a way to start a conversation, okay? King of Wands, 10 of Cups. Little shocked. Did like getting the message. 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and a bit of analysis paralysis over about how to respond to you. King of Cups. I like this. This here is a way to rebuild. The reason you haven't gotten a reply on this one is because he's trying to figure out how to rebuild a little bit out of his life on this King of Cups. I'm being told at the moment he's not supposed to reply because he's asking for advice. He got a little excited about things, okay? He's going to reply over the weekend. So if you like good news to get through the weekend, it actually will come from Brandon instead of me. Give me more. 3 of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. Your guardian angels are guiding him to reply. So he's doing a bit of review. Queen of Wands to the Justice card. And the High Priestess. Expect the unexpected. He's looking inward. He's trying to think of he's trying to remember a way to be more vulnerable or to open the door. He's doing a bit of a review right now before he responds. He's not sure how to respond yet. And apparently his work buddy's who he's talking to about it. He's got somebody at work or something that he's speaking to. So it's not that he hasn't responded. It's that he hasn't responded yet. It's still at a little bit of a pause, okay? But I do see here with the Queen of Wands, the Justice card, this person that he like either works with or it's his bro, his buddy, is the one that's being like, reply, go for it. He's literally on the other side of the phone going, I got the Happy New Year. What should I do? What should I do? All right? It's that kind of a thing. So he knows when he replies that he's got to be ready for this. King of Cups. He's in that great test. And he might even be a little nervous about being ready. I think he's still rather nervous or insecure about it. And that's why he's got to have someone to sit there and talk to. You know what I mean? It's the advice on how to proceed. It's not that he's not going to respond. It's that he's covering his bases. The 9 of Wands. It winds up leading to an apology conversation via text message. All right? He's got his hand on the Ace of Wands. He's past the 8 of Wands. So he's approaching the point of figuring a way to reach out. Okay? It's almost a bit of a vibe that he doesn't believe it or might be too good to be true. And that's why he's talking. But on this one here, he reaches King of Pentacles, cool, the Hierophant, and the Five of Wands. So he has learned his lesson on this. You hang tight on this and he'll reach out over the weekend. Your good news is that he will find a way to reply. Something about that he has to talk to someone first. Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles. He gets a little distracted still too. So that's a bit of it, okay? 10 of Wands though, he'll catch back up on that one. Oh, his buddy's trying to give him some advice on how he's way in his head about how the conversation will go. And so his buddy's helping him through it. Okay? He reaches out to you over the weekend. It'll be one of those like, hey, sorry, good to hear from you. That sort of a thing. And you can actually take it back from there. He's in his head a little bit about how to respond. So he's got to phone a friend is what he's doing with it. By him being like, I left it on Red Archer, it's like as if I haven't seen the message yet. So it's a pause, okay? All right, Shelby. What's up, Shelby Music? All right, let's see what we got for you here. No, I didn't see any player on that. Hierophant with the Taurus, he's in himself. If like it was his reading Girl in Love, I would tell him he's taking his power back. So no, this is him being on his own, trying to find the right way to figure something out. Not a friend, he's talking to a guy. It's his like bro, the one that he goes to for all this stuff. That's what that is. Bonus points if you know the friend of his that's married. It's a married friend of his. That's the one he's going to the advice for. All right, so hopefully that helps a bit. There's no Three of Swords and no feminine energies. It's all masculine energy. So it's like, nah, it ain't a girl. There's no chicks. Only person he's cheating on you with is his own ego. That's all. But no, there's no other people in his life. He is really in that stage of like trying to focus on himself and do him. And it's like this year, his buddy's like, I thought this was the year everything worked out for you. You should do something about it. So it's that. All right. Okay. Oh, maybe this has to do with his job. Then it might just be somebody you haven't known about, somebody that works there. Because it's a married person that he talks to that gives him his like advice. It's his bro advice. Also, the guy he makes fun of, and that's the one that checks in with her wife, like his wife. So the stuff that he gets made fun for is now the stuff that he's having to explain to him. So yeah, no, you're okay. All right, let's see. Shelby, you're going to be at 1732. All right, Shelby and Michael check. All right, Michael, are you hanging out with Brandon? All right, energy check for Michael. The Fool card, kind of reverse. Look, it's not fully reversed. It's not fully upright. He's nervous. There's a little bit of like a fear of rejection, believe it or not. A little bit similar to tying into Girl in Love's vibes in that he's suspecting you may leave him unread, which means to me, he understands or knows what he did. All right? Because that's like a half one. The Hanged Man, oh, he's getting ready to. The odd thing here is that he's actually nervous about shooting his shot. That's where we're going with this. So I can see how it's been a little bit odd. Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's definitely a little odd because he doesn't know how to proceed. He's actually getting in his head a little bit about giving this a shot. It's the nerves around the two of you guys, all right? So the thing that comes into this is because he's unsure of how to proceed, he's trying to figure out a way to get the confidence without relying on something else, okay? He's trying to do it old school. The vibes are only off because he's figuring out how much he really likes you and he's scared out of his mind. The last time he had feelings like this for someone, it fell apart on him. He's like, oh God, oh God. But remember, in this year, there's new planet shifts that we've never experienced before. We don't have a base point. So it's that unknown territory, the gray area, that's got him the most Two of Pentacles, unsure of which way to go. All right, this is the vibe of like, how many times you got to think about the decision before you know you're ready to shoot the shot? The Page of Wands. Ooh. I think within the next 2 weeks, this gets ironed out because you find out with the Magician card, there was nothing to actually worry about on this one. The whole reason it was weird and awkward was because you turned into the crush. So now he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. It's like when his feelings weren't this deep, it was really easy to talky flirty. But now they're getting this deep, now it's awkward because now you look really good in his eyes and he's getting weird about it. All right, that's why a little bit of a hesitation or delay. Queen of Pentacles says you don't have anything to worry about. All right, the fears and the anxieties will be overcome. He's getting ready to shoot his shot. All right, Exactly. He knows it on his side. He's getting freaking, he knows that the timing's running out. All right, cool. Let's see. Next up is going to be Monica. What's up, darling? All right, Monica, you're going to be at 2007. All right, let's see. Is S with someone else? And if so, did he spend New York with this person? We are still in no contact. Why? Seven of Wands, Page of Swords. No, S spent their New Year's Eve at home looking in their phone, thinking about you. You guys both went into each other's text messages screens on New Year's Eve at almost the exact same time. He was alone. He was just hanging out with it. He didn't even go out and eat or anything, or go out and hang with friends, or go out with the guys. Notice how nothing got posted on his social because he didn't go do anything. King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Five of Swords. He stayed put. He wasn't sure which direction to go. He was too frustrated. He didn't even understand the vibes that he was feeling on this one. So, here's the thing. You guys, each of you guys almost pressed send. That's the only reason I feel like, yeah, the Magician card. Both of you guys had some fears that got in the way because both of you think the other person moved on. So this was a pretty rough, like a rough ending or a rough fight type of a vibe, right? Because the reality is both of you guys wanted to talk to each other on both of you guys wanted to send a New Year's Eve or a Happy New Year's text or whatever it was. And neither of you did. Four of Wands. This will come around again. You guys are in the fourth stage of the testing of the end of the separation. This is where if one of you guys haven't elevated, then the lesson repeats. But what I'm seeing on this one is it's a bit of a thing, I think, from his side. Whoever's turn is next to go on the press send button, they can. And I really feel like it's supposed to be him. Because there's a little bit of a nerves on this one for what he did on the Empress card. He's not sure if he'll be received well. He's in the stages on the Five of Swords that there's a little bit, there is shame and regret as he closed out. His ego crashed at the end of 2025. So now he's sitting beside himself in 26 being like, after the way I ended things with her, I don't think she even wants to talk to me, right? And that was the rough part on this one. You guys were very close. I think this is going to happen again within the next 4 days. And it gets that like press send point. You guys both were checking out the phones. Yep, the Queen of Wands. It does come back around. The Knight of Swords and the Death card, that I'm feeling that before January 13th, there'll be another go at this. And I really feel like it's over the course of the weekend. Okay? Because it is getting to that point where he's going to get to the stage of, I'm just going to press the send. Whatever. Here goes nothing. Or he's trying to find a reason to, right? Like he's holding on to something, looking out for something for you. It could just be the connection or the feelings that are in his heart. But there's something of yours that he has that he protects very near and dear to him. And that's, for some reason, is what's going to give him the courage to reach out or the willpower to press send. I really think in the next 4 days, there's an interaction between the two of you guys. Queen of Wands is meant to be. And somewhere between Aries and Scorpio season is when you guys are establishing. Yeah, Seven of Wands is only a stone's throw away. Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So he has started reflecting back. You guys both were Six of Cups nostalgically looking into your guys' cell phones. He's going to do it again and press send within like the week, probably, possibly. See, it's Strength card. He's only acting like he's moved on, but his crash out stage, it showed up, Seven of Wands. This is going to happen sooner than you think. Have you been feeling like a change in the energy? Because I really feel like for his case, he's cut out any potential. That's the thing, all right? I don't think he even went. How many photos, Monica, of him are posted about it? I don't think he went anywhere. I think he bailed or something, or he went, and I don't think he went. I think Five of Swords. I don't think he went anywhere and did anything. The Nine of Pentacles is sitting here right at the bottom of the deck, so he's in a single vibe. I'm being told he didn't even feel like going. He may have talked it up or bragged up about it. Or if he went, he didn't enjoy his time. He either stayed in the hotel or something. Yeah, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, triple sevens. I'm right. Eight of Wands. he's coming back your way. He might have actually, Eight of Wands, traveled to New York or gone there, but he did it on his own. God's telling me I hit an energetical jackpot, 777s, Archer's right. So no, he's single. He's on his own. All right, let's see what's next. You guys, within the next week or so, he's going to press send. He's not with anyone else. He's going to break the no contact. He wanted to do the New Year's, but he thinks you're mad at him for the way it went down. Give him a little bit more and he's going to hit that break point where he just can't do it no more. He's not with anybody else, Monica. He's sitting with himself. He left that ego stuff behind in 25, and he's living with a lot of regret and realizing what he did. So, no, he's become very self-aware. It's kind of wild. He's very different now from even just 25. It's an overnight. It's kind of wild. Okay, I'm shocked reading the energy. That's the wild part. All right, so I hope that helps. But no, he was supposed to do a Happy New Year's text. Only reason he didn't, he was depressed. Maybe he put all that money into going to New York and then just wound up not feeling like doing anything, like he wasted his time, you know? Okay, Devin, what up, Devin? You're going to be at 2610. All right, let's see what we've got. What do you not see coming? All right, what does Devin not see coming? What does Devin not see coming? The Lovers, they choose you. The King of Cups, what you don't see coming is your person has actually done the work. And here's the thing, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Six of Swords is reversed, which means they're not seeing things in another perspective, not looking outside of the box or in a different way. They're still one-track mind set on you. So what you don't see coming is your person, after the Two of Pentacles, finally accepting responsibility for their actions, all right? And with the King of Cups, working on themselves. They reach out. King of Cups, they've done some healing. They'll reach out because they're not looking in another direction, another perspective. They're kind of stuck on you. And the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, they'd like to see peace. And they've achieved a little bit more emotional maturity. So it was the entitlement that they had to get over. Hermit card to the Ace of Cups. This isolation time, they've worked with themselves as soon as they got out of, like, whatever it was they picked over you was a wrong choice. All right? And that's what you don't see coming, is them realizing they did it and accepting responsibility for their actions. All right? So I hope that helps. Okay, next up is, what's up, Lightseer? How are you doing, hon? What's going down? All right, you're going to be, Lightseer, you're going to be at 2734. All right, energy check for you and your person. Energy check for you and your person. What's up with Lightseer and her person? The Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Okay, your person, they're completing a cycle. That's the thing on this. Hanged Man to the Knight of Wands. They're going through their last final test because they're a little bit out of their comfort zone in the place that they've been, okay? They had to finish this bit of a lesson where they're isolating themselves because they're looking for stability. Is it just about their immaturity, Lightseer Empress? Because what I'm being told, the biggest thing on this is the guardian angels are working on, like, growing them up. It's like they had a bit of an immature, like a man-child Sabrina Carpenter vibe. You know, right? That song? That's what's leading me to think that, like, wait a second, this is the kind of vibes that I'm feeling on it. Like, they had, like, there was no hyper-independence. That's the thing that needed to be reached. They were too codependent. And that's what turned them into somewhat of a dismissive avoidant. So they're overworking on achieving all that. King of Pentacles. They're actually going to come out to let you know. I think either a Capricorn or Aquarius season is that you'll hear from them to let you know that they've taken the time that was needed to, like, kind of calm themselves or rest themselves through a change. Because the King to the Queen of Pentacles being here with an Ace of Pentacles is a message that within the next 4 weeks, you guys can close out that cycle. They're just finishing it up right now, and then you'll hear from them with the Knight of Cups. Your guardian angels are beside the two of you guys. The Three of Pentacles, whatever that other way they went was, it was a little bit of the, like, the codependency was just a lot to go through. I like that they're learning a bit of, like, self-care and self-love and taking the time to look inward. All right, a little bit of reflection in the silence, but it leads to breaking the silence. So it's kind of a good vibe. Okay? All right, let's see what's next up will be, is Aisha back in town? Aisha, what's up? Let's see. Okay. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's see what's up there, Mrs. Aisha. You're going to be at 2947. All right, let's see what we've got. He's been acting distant and weird. Doesn't show interest in you or the marriage. Why? Hasn't emotionally opened up, and you're upset, lost. Oh, spinny hugs. Don't cry. Let me see what's up. All right, it's going to be okay. Don't cry. Here we go. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. He's in it to win it. Hold on. The 2 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the World card, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, what I'm seeing on this is there's a little bit of doubt being cast into it due to the load of the responsibilities, okay? He's doing a lot of overthinking. That's all it is. On this one here, the distance and the weirdness on this is there's a little bit, it's the energy that he's like, am I ready for this? Can I live up to it? There's the adjustment period that you guys are still going through. The distance and the weird vibes you're pulling on this is because you guys are both a little nervous about being in this status, okay? He's getting very into his head about the weight that is carried by the title, okay? And because of how his parents wound up, that's what gets him discouraged. Then you get discouraged and you guys start mirroring off of each other again. This is a big test for you guys because this is always going to be an underlying energy that you guys can work your way through, all right? No, this is not the ex came back. This is a lot of the burdens that both of you guys are feeling. Because no, I don't have anything on this. This 3 of Swords, it's a little bit of, both of you guys have a bit of like a fear of failure coming out. Okay? You both are actually, it's a lot of overthinking. See, Queen of Cups, there is love here. There's a bit of fear of a lot of stuff repeating itself. Queen of Cups into the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Swords. He chose the vows. He is good with it. So the only thing on this one, you guys are both fearing the past repeating itself. Okay? Think of it as like, think of it when you buy that new car, right? And it's really great until that first payment comes in. And then there's that moment of reflection that you get quiet and you're like, oh God, was this the right choice? This is a big car payment, right? And all of a sudden the responsibilities that go along with the title, it becomes a lot. So this leads to the anxiety and the nerves. The only reason you guys are both distanced is because this is the very awkward silence of like, oh my God, we did it. We did it. Exactly. You both have a fear of failing. And so it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy because there's some stuff from before that keeps showing back up just in your mind. It's the old vibes of it happened once, it may happen again. All right. This here, a lot of couples go through this where the initial, I know everything that you see online or everybody talks about it is that, oh my gosh, it's just the honeymoon stage and it's awesome sauce. In reality, just like how reality shows aren't reality, they're scripted too. But in this case, what you guys are experiencing right now is a much more common beginning of a marriage. Okay? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, which side of the bed's mine? Yeah. Which side of this? It's that you guys are both, now it's become a lot. Instead of just letting it go with the energetical flow and following it, so nothing's going to be right in the first game. The toothbrushes will be in the wrong spots. You guys might try swapping the sides of the bed 2 or 3 times, right? Maybe you starfish and he snores. Who knows? But it's that you guys are both, you guys are married now at point A. The point B is the 10 of Pentacles, but it's that gray area of the unknown. This marriage can't be totally planned out. It's going to be an adjustment period as you go, day by day, step by step. All right? You're not going to like the way he does laundry. He's not going to like the way you vacuum or the time of day. And there's just so many, like, it's a lot that comes in on this. So that's a big part of this. You guys both have a fear of failure because you guys both want you guys want a script, right? There is no script to the book of life. That's how free will works. So that's why these triggers may pop up. He gets nervous, some of his old insecurity bubbles up and it mirrors out. Then you pick up on the silence and part of your energy from your old cycle comes in. God's testing you, all right? It's like, is the cycle going to repeat? Or are you guys going to work through this one? Understand, a true relationship, some of the best ones are the ones that understand that you can have the periods of silence where you guys are just sitting in a room. Either you're both on the couch or you're like one's in the couch, one's in the chair. The true marriage and the ones that survive are the ones that can survive in the silence. That you guys are being tested to make sure, can you guys be just as comfortable when you're quiet as when you're active? It can't always be turned up to 11. All right, there are those times where he's tired, where he's depressed, where you're tired and you're depressed. There's going to be those days that you want to sleep in. And he's got to learn to be quiet in the morning around the house. And there's those times that you want him to open up in the evening and he's tired. And he's like, baby, I told you I'm just beat. It's been a long day. All right. Remember, guys do that. Guys go quiet in order to process. That's the sign of a mature man, is when they don't lash out and throw a temper tantrum, but when they go quiet, that gives them the time to internally process in order to not overreact. The Ace of Swords. All right. So this is a conversion that you guys are both going through. The old cycle is gone. The test will pop up to see if it can, are you going to think the same thing happens? You guys will have that awkward silence, those moments that you guys just sit there and scroll on your phones. All right. It's kind of like life isn't just the TikToks where you guys are pranking each other behind the scenes. And there's times that it's just sleep closed, TV, and silence. Do understand that that awkward silence is the test. All right. Can you be cool through it, or are you going to sit there like, I wasn't trying to make you feel awkward. I actually was trying to make you feel awkward. That was the awkward silence point. But understand that this Ten of Pentacles, you guys are in it to win it. He is too. The silence is no longer an issue. There's not a third party. This is just simply your man tired, right? So this is going to be a big part, that the thing to communicate across from it is to just, this could even be a nice calm conversation about, hey, if you're distant or you need some time, just let me know. Hey babe, hey Aisha, I need some time to think. All right, I had a rough day at work and I just need some decompression time. All right. And that way you guys can communicate it. You're learning. This is a learning. It's growing pains of like, okay, so when he gets, now the way he is, when he gets upset or when he's had a bad day, instead of lashing out, throwing a temper tantrum, smashing the phone, he actually just sits down and he's like, okay, he can't keep breaking cell phones. He figured out how much that stuff costs, right? So this is going to be a little bit of a combo. Just be like, hey, if you need some time, that's just let me know, so that he can convey it to you. He's not used to this. You guys got to adjust to it. That's the thing. All right. And then he'll bring up something very similar, like, okay, I gotcha. And then he might say something like, well, okay, but if I tell you it was something from work, or I just need time to process, all right, just understand that I'm telling you the truth, right? Or like, if you're tired, he's got to understand that he needs to turn his radio down or his music down, right? You're trying to go to sleep. He can't be laying next to you and scrolling the phone, right? Stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a lesson for both of you guys, and just being able to have calmer communication instead of letting it build so much that it becomes an argument. Just right out the gate, go, hey, if you need some time to yourself to think, just let me know. Just let me know I didn't do anything, because I really want to make this work too. You're like, oh yeah, I just really get quiet anymore when I got a lot going on. It's nothing about you. All right, and then you guys can still kind of be each other's cheerleader. Instead of you going quiet and just being distant because he's distant and it turns into that awkward silence, you can actually be more of a cheerleader and perk them up. All right. The Six of Swords talks about like not how you react, but how you think before you react. I really felt it was work stresses. He's not trying to take it out on you. He's trying not to take it out on you. And in return, you're reacting in the wrong Six of Swords way. That's all it is. Instead of being like, all right, I'll give you some time. Actually, okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to put on Metallica tonight, I'll put earbuds in when I go to bed. Would that make you feel better if I let you jam your music until you fall asleep? And he'd be like, oh my God, that'd be awesome, really? And you're like, yes, I'll put something in my ears tonight, or something like that. And then he'll compromise back. When you're having a night that you're like, not tonight, honey, I'm tired. He'll be like, okay, all right, well, let's go to bed. Okay? It's all about how you guys, it's a real big test in how you guys choose to respond, whether it's from a place of fighting or a place of peace. High road, low road. So you're welcome. It's a big adjustment. Dude, wait, have you heard him like snoring like a running chainsaw yet? That's a big life adjustment. But all right, next up is gonna be Lioness. Hi, Lioness. What's up, girl? What's up, you lovable Leo? You and Stacy. You guys are some awesome Leos here and there. All right. You're gonna be at 3909. That's a pretty cool timestamp. All right, let's see. Energy check. You got it. Energy check for Lioness Kitty. Energy check for January for Lioness Kitty. Ooh, there we go. Knight of Cups, still reversed, which means we're approaching a Knight of Cups upright. So the wheel is in motion. No love offer, love offer. All right. Emperor card, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Give him he needs about another 5 days to 5 weeks. I got to call it. It's somewhere in there. I mean, because with this Emperor card, we're working on his ego. All right. That pride. You guys had a big clashing of heads in this department about what both of you wanted for the future. So what I'm seeing is, in the meantime, is that in the Emperor energy, you've got a different kind of a thing coming your way and related to the work home front to help you with your stability. All right, a better way to prioritize and organize your hours versus your money. All right, and it's going to increase the growth, because this way, as he's getting ready to finally get to that stage of opening up and reaching out with an offer, I'm being told that behind the scenes, your finances are frustrating. Okay, like it's tough to keep up and you're with paycheck to paycheck. So as he's finishing up the ego death, I'm being told you have a way that some more money gets brought in your way that helps elevate you into a different tax bracket later on in the year. So, because I'm being told the money and the ego were the two biggest things y'all were fighting about. And so that's kind of like the way I feel on it, is that that's what led to this depression vibes, the Five of Cups. Okay? The Ten of Cups, though, with the Chariot says you guys can overcome it, which he already is heading your way. So on his mind, his mindset has changed about opening up, because the Emperor drives the Chariot through this battle, that within the next 5 weeks, he returns back victorious. So that gets him to the Ten of Cups status. So that's why I'm thinking that you have the potential to hear from him within the next 5 days. But 5 weeks from now, you guys are actually back together. It's one of those new unexplained planet shifts, you know? We don't know why he's changing and why all of a sudden you're getting your glow up and your level up. There's more in your own personal mental stability, so you don't feel so exhausted, frustrated, and stressed, that God's working on with you while working with them. Okay, yeah, see, I feel the money vibes. See, Six of Pentacles. Tuned in. Ace of Wands. The Pentacles aren't the only thing you're worried about at the moment, right? That Ace of Wands. You've got some kind of an idea in your head that you're wanting to take root with. But with the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man, just so you know, like, you guys really are missing on each other. Like, the way that the dreams, let's just call it the dreams that you guys are having. There is still, like, the dreams that you're having is energizing the connection, just so that you know it's still a thing or it's still going on. You're going to have a little bit of premonitions on it, all right? Your Ace of Wands chakra is activated. That's the frustration. But it also shows this is getting started. There still is, like, he's getting ready to ignite that spark, okay? That's why the stuff you're seeing in dreams is not a thing of fantasy. It's the energies that are guiding you guys back together. The dreams let you know how much both of you guys actually do still want this, even though there's a lot of anger. The Sun card, the Nine of Swords, Six of Cups. He is in a little bit of denial about his feelings for you due to that connection. And there's been a few more tests going down here. And like on his side, that Nine of Swords, he's still in denial. Peter denying Jesus, and he regrets it. All right, it took Peter a long time to come to terms with what he did to Jesus. Six of Cups that comes in on this one. It's that energy of the regret, okay, that he's learning lessons from that. That's the part on this. So it's that two wrongs didn't make a right, so he had to work through that. I think you're feeling more of his anxieties or frustrations. That's why the dreams are as charged as they are. You guys still have a telepathic connection going down. Scorpio, Leo, Gemini energy with that Strength card on the Three of Swords. See, the thing about this is this is really fresh. His mindset changed overnight as the ball hit midnight, okay? The whole closures of the cycles has put him in a new perspective as of this morning that he is starting to have feelings for you, okay? It's like the fighting and the silence is building a tension between the two of you guys to prepare for the reunion. So that's why there's so much tension in the energies between the two of you guys, because you both are guys are getting ready to pop. I don't remember how far apart that you guys are from each other, but I have the feeling of a surprise visit or something. But here's the weird part. It's like, do you have to travel for work or something, or visit family, or how does the distance thing work? Because I'm being told that you travel for some reason due to some kind of a company. I don't know. Some of you guys planned, but you travel in his direction and you guys bump into each other. For some reason, you're being 2 hours. Okay. For some reason, something draws you towards his way. Okay. Oh, something draws you towards him and you guys are being serendipitously, divinely guided to bump into each other, okay? It's going to open the portal for a connection on this. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups with the Strength card. One day, okay, I can see it. Give me an estimated timeline for you, Linus, because that's what it is. You're being drawn to him, and I'm telling you what, it's so weird. You guys both want to talk. You guys have made it to that stage. But at the moment, you both are just completely unsure of how to proceed because the feelings are getting a little deeper than either of you thought they would, right? It's awkward. Page of Swords reversed. Yeah. All right. It's a little bit of an awkwardness. You guys haven't fully learned to open up and love each other, right? It's just like that whole, But I do feel on this Page of Swords reverse, I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. One of you two, whichever one of you guys haven't chose peace yet, and what I mean is, whichever one of you, like, can I use you as the example? Don't hate me. It's an example. If I'm right, that's a little shocking because I don't think so. But let's say that you're the one that's like, oh, when he reaches out, he's going to get a piece of my mind for what he did. That's why there's still a slight pause and it hasn't happened yet. I really don't feel like that's you. I think his ego is the one that is, I really feel like it's him. That he's the one sitting there still like putting the ego in check, right? You know, it's that one of you guys, or both of you guys? Two of Swords. It's both of you guys. This is the grand test. Right now, God's watching. Okay, here's King David hanging out with his notebook. God's, I'm only giggling because you guys love to hate each other. Right. Here's the thing. Right now, both of you guys are being tested still, right? All right. That's why you're having stuff happen in your life that's making you go off. They are too. Because both of you are slightly still at the moment right now, Two of Swords. Both of you are like, oh, we're going to have one really good conversation. Then we'll make peace. And that's why God's like, hang tight just a little longer. We can't do that. We got to choose peace, right? So I think you both kind of are like, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. So that's what it is. We're working on that. God's going Page of Swords reversed. Got to choose peace. All right? That's a big thing on it. You're going to beat him to choosing peace. That's why I'm like, this is on his side more, but God's like, no, both of them are still kind of like, I got a bone to pick with you. So just so you know, I can give you a cheat sheet. If this is a huge test though, I can totally understand you needing a minute, you know, to think on this one. All right? Because it's like, okay, and that's why it's got to come onto you because you're more elevated. All right? Can you choose peace? And can you be like, okay, when he reaches out, I'll be cool. And like, we'll begin again. Like we just met day one. The other stuff never happened. If you do, he'll mirror you, just like he's mirroring you right now. Right now, you both want to have one more conversation. But if you're like, okay, I just want him back so we can focus on being together and being who we were and get this, like, meet again. If you do that, he'll mirror that. And you both choose peace because of that. Okay? That's a big test. That's a huge test, right? If you pass it, the rewards are as huge as the test. King of Wands to Temperance. Action. All right? That's an emotionally mature relationship that has recovered and healed and gotten over the emotional damage. All right? It's very much like the energy of when somebody does give up an addiction and you stop saying they're a recovering addict, but you give them the authority of the title of recovered. It's over and done with. Okay? And that's the big test for you two, because right now both of you guys are still like, 10 of Cups. It'll be here. I'm even going to give you a cheat code, hack life code thing too. If you do go that route and choose the peace and him mirroring it and stuff, it won't get brought up again, okay? I can see you guys overcoming that bitterness and the denial, all right? That's a big thing, is to overcome the bitterness, all right? So it's just staying at a pause, all right? He's not denying his feelings for you. It's the awkward vibes I was pulling. So he's still, like, basically God is saying to him, would you start looking at her as that hot little Leo that she is and stop being all awkward about it? Walk past and tell her butt's cute. Something. Give her a compliment. Be, you know, right? Pull her Leo mane hair. Whatever. Stop it. Ace of Wands did come out. Anyways. So that's the thing, is he's still a little, it's the denial is only because of that. Because he looked elsewhere for the betrayal vibes. All right? Instead of just looking at you. Shouldn't have had to betray you at all on this one. The problem with it was because he had an awkward time looking at you that way, right? He's like, it's Lioness Kitty. It's so awkward to pull her hair, Archer. And it's like, you're not a 5-year-old in kindergarten anymore. You're not tugging on her hair because it's pigtails. You know, a little different. You're right. So the denial is all the immaturities. He had to, like, God is trying to explain to him, like, take that third swords energy, right? Treat her. I can't go any further with that, but you're a Leo. You know where I'm going with it, right? 10 of Cups. It does still work out. And then that's the big part. All right, then, but on your side, though, that's a hard thing. 10 of Cups. Can you Can you forget the past? Can you leave 2025's energies? Can you walk from it? Let's call 2025's energies the bitter energies. Can you start blank space Taylor Swift in 2026? That's a big one. That's a hard one to be like, yeah, I can do that. Okay, that's cool. I'm not bitter. That's hard, right? I think you can do it and overcome it, though. That's a big part. The thing, if you pass that test, that part, I'm going to tell you what, he comes correct, and then you get your hair pulled. Okay. All right. I mean it. God's like employee-employer contribution match. Are you willing to forgive and forget? If you accept and go, okay, I will not be bitter. If he reaches out, I choose peace. I'll be cool about it. God's like, if you're willing to do the work to not be bitter, that's a hard shadow work to do. That's hard. But if you're willing to do it, he's got something even better for you. And you know where the rest of that joke was going, so I'm not dare telling it on this channel because we are a family-oriented channel. Okay? But God's like, if you're willing to give, I'll receive. And then you'll receive, and you guys will be okay. All right? That's a big step across the threshold to take, to be like, no, if I reach out, he's going to do it again. If I reach out, he's going to do it again. To be like, okay, let's see where it goes. And then it leads to the good hair pulling, not the fighting hair pulling. And that's all I could talk about on that one. All right? Ooh, Elon, mother, sister. Oh, you got some cool conspiracies. I like this. I like this. That Elon thing is kind of wild, too. I wondered about JFK Jr., that plane crash. I was in high school when that plane crash happened, and I so wanted to be JFK Jr. I idolized that dude. I was like, man, he's got like Zach Morris on lockdown. That would be a fun conspiracy. What's up, Messenger? How you doing? Okay, next up is going to be Shelly. And Shelly, you are going to be at... oh, it's for Lexi. Okay, I got you. Let me go grab the dog deck. All right, hang on, Shelly. I got you. All right. Y'all, if you didn't get a chance to buy it, Shelly's got a few more copies of her book available over on Amazon. You can check that out. There's a post I made for it, and I'm going to add the link to the network. All right, hop on Amazon. It's the Magical ASF Journal. You guys, this book's awesome size. I think she's got... I know a lot sold over the holidays, but I think there might be a few left. Check out on Amazon. It's totally worth looking into. But okay, Shelly, you're going to be at 5151. That's kind of a cool one. All right, Lexi. Oh, hold on. I got to hold the deck the right way, which means she is looking back. She's looking your way. All right, give me some messages for Lexi to Shelly. What do we got? The sun card. Yes, the dog noise that you heard while the fireworks were going off. It was. You did hear her voice. She just did that to remind you. Okay? Look how happy she is up overhead. Here's the first message for you, Shelly. She says, in a world of roses, be the sunflower. Now, with the... Wait, which is this? Queen of Pentacles? It is the Queen of Pentacles to the Nine of Wands. What I'm seeing there... I don't know if you've been... Like, she's telling me something about you doodling sketches of her. Like maybe like while you've got your notepad or a notebook or something. She's like, I can see Mom. She doodles little sketches of puppy dogs and stuff just while she's thinking about me. I like that. All right. And she wanted to ask if you remember to still talk to her. Okay. But on the Eight of Cups, see, I told you how she was looking back as she walks away. She actually does want you to know that even though she knows that you do miss her, and she wants to remember to be happy. It's kind of like the vibes as she walks away to go, hey, Mom, it's not goodbye forever. It's just until we meet again. All right? I don't know why. Did you get yourself a necklace with a puppy dog paw for Christmas or something? Because that's what I'm seeing. It's something like just a necklace with a cute little puppy dog pendant, or she's throwing a suggestion out there that she's saying like let's say that you saved a ring from an ex-boyfriend or something. She's like, why don't you have a ring or a bracelet or something for me? You should have that. Something like that. All right? I think it's almost like she's saying that one of the ways to like reward yourself or like treat yourself to something. You never do treat yourself to anything. You give and give, right? Eight of Swords, you always stop from looking out for yourself. That was why you're feeling a little rough and missing her. She's like, well, yeah, Mom lost her buddy. I'm her cuddle buddy. Like Lexi was your your ESA pet. So you missed the cuddles in that. That's the one thing that's on this, is that King of Pentacles, treat yourself too. All right? Spoil yourself as much as you spoiled her. Oh, that's what. King of the Queen of Pentacles. Treat yourself. You've been stopped or delaying from, you're like, I don't want to do that. I got other stuff to take care of, other things to do. She's saying here, she likes the idea. King and Queen of Pentacles. She likes the idea. All right? So maybe you had a little bit of fears with that Nine of Wands of doing that. But she's liking it. Here's the only other thing, and this is kind of different. I don't know if you've got the ability to do it. It's something about your houseplants or something. You know how they do those life trees where they put some ashes in with like a seedling to grow a tree? I don't know if there's something like this. This is really weird. I'm being told that something like that, have some of her ashes put into a small plant that could be used as a house plant, so she's inside with you, and then the diamond, so she's on you. Just an idea. But yeah, I'm seeing like you could do that same thing, but doing it with like some kind of a house plant or something, that if it outgrew it, you could plant it or something. I don't know. It's something about keeping 10 toes down and to have her nearby you. She likes the diamond idea. All right, what else do we have? Sea puppy. She wants to let you know that currently on the other side, while she's waiting for you to get your next puppy, she's actually enjoying herself. She's in her best status. She's like, if we were humans, we'd say she's back to her college weight. All right? So she still wants to let you know she's doing fun, hanging out. And this I'm really seeing like her hanging out by a beach or on the seaside. That's her version of heaven right now. Like running down the beach, chasing after like starfish or something. Or chasing after seagulls and barking as she runs down along the beach. She's like, that's my heaven. And I'm cool here right now. You take all the time you want because I'm having a good time up here. All right? She wants to let you know she is still okay. All right? So I hope that helps. The Ten of Swords at the bottom was a little bit of like, don't think I'm suffering or hurting or something like that. No, I'm having a good time. Okay. Let's see. Next up is going to be dude, and I was a little interested in Lockheed a little bit because I know that what's his name from that Stockton Rush hung with knew that submarine was there was something behind the scenes. There was more to meets the eye on that whole submarine implosion. There's something more to that than meets the eye. And I don't know why, but the post that you just made, Messenger, about David Clemens, for some reason it drummed up David Lockheed and that whole Ocean Gate thing. There's a reason it was all Ocean Gate instead of Watergate. It ties. I know it. Anyways, oh, that was cool. Oh, we could have a talk, Messenger. That's cool stuff. All right, next up is going to be Rohama. What up, girl? How you doing, Rohama? All right, you're going to be at 5729. All right, had an intimate dream, woke up, went to the doctor to treat. Okay, was it a human or an entity? Was it someone in my energy that got intimate with another person while having me on their mind? All right, let's see what's up. Page of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles into the Strength card. This was a bit of an energy that came in. This here, the energies of what you felt in this, you were dealing with an energy that was more of a demon energy that tried to take advantage of you. Do know that you were protected on this, especially for an area that like the doctors didn't see. It's not a human vibe on this one, it was an entity vibe, okay? So what you saw in the dream that resonated out to it, you needed to be protected from. That's what the shadow people around are for you, okay? Because it's working to clear that mindset out. That's why you're noticing the marks, all right? Now, the Six of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment card that comes in on this. This might be the vibes that came out about black work or magic that's coming in and manifesting through the monitoring spirits that are around you, okay? So no human vibes that come in onto it. This is a monitoring spirit. Somebody has cast a little bad juju on you or sent some spell work your way, all right? And this is how it's manifesting, okay? Instead of it coming in, this would be the energy that would give you like you'd find a TikTok saying when the devil can't get to you, he sends you a person whose name begins with or ends with or whatever. Those things. It's that kind of a vibe, right? So the devil couldn't get to you direct, so this monitoring spirit came. So what we'll do is we're going to pray this away. We're going to put a protection spell on you. And by spell, I mean prayer, okay? I'm going to manifest quantumly. And we just ask God to protect you from this and that whomever is casting the spell work your way, that it be cast into the ethers and that in turn, Rohama gets clarity and maturity and stability in abundance where she can overcome the dark energies. Anybody casting spell work on Rohama, instead Rohama will gain the confidence to see the white light and come into the positive place. Amen. Two of Swords to the Shaman and the Star card and the Ten of Cups. Ask and it shall be done. You will not see or have that dream again. I'm also being told the next 3 days that any of the, let's call them markings, okay? The stuff that you may have gone to have a doctor, okay? Those markings will also disappear and subside as well, too, okay? Ten of Cups, you're protected, all right? Next up, Angel Eyes. What up, girl? What you doing? It's getting close, isn't it? You're only 4 days away. Happy early birthday. I cannot wait. What day is the 6th? It's Tuesday. Oh, man, happy birthday. That's going to be, you're going to have an awesome birthday. Okay, your timestamp's going to be at 1 hour and 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. How does it look for your prequel and the birthday week? Any roadblocks? All right, let's see what we got. Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, that leads to the Page of Cups. No, wait, hold it, Page of Pentacles, but it disguised it out with Seven of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing is the person on your mind may attempt on your birthday to try to set you off, okay? All right, you're going to face like a little bit of a thing where almost like somebody says or does would get to an energy that you might feel like it's being done on purpose to try to wreck your birthday or something like that. But with the Seven of Cups to the Two of Pentacles, I actually see what you get for a pretty decent birthday present is that he's kind of got he's got himself in check. Basically, he's not going to make excuses for it anymore. He's going to actually come and level out with you, and you guys have for your birthday, I see him cutting out Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. He makes the choice to stop entertaining anything that might make you think he's going in another direction. Five of Pentacles, he closes the door on it. It's weird. His birthday present to you is that he alleviates all fears and he stops acting the way he's been acting. And it's really not something he's done on his own. I don't have the Wheel of Fortune here. I actually do see that the good Lord has worked with him to change his mind, to reboot him. All right, it's almost like your solar return energy is going over to him with the Six of Wands. I actually see by your birthday, he has changed. He's going to start acting different. For something about your age or the changes of directions is that he comes back in the Six of Wands and he has left the old vibes, those player vibes in the past. He winds up going forward to be all about you. Six of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. By Cancer season, a lot of the old problems you guys are having will be talked through and worked out. This first half of 2026 for you, all right, it's actually about restoring the connection, not having to dwell into it because he's actually leveled up and done the work. So you actually have a pretty decent birthday thing going on. In fact, I knew it. Did you see how those cards just flipped over? You have a 69% chance that he may actually be planning a surprise birthday party for you. You might get surprised this weekend. And yeah, again with the World's card, shut my mouth and call him Shirley because he might be planning a surprise party for you. Almost a little bit of a, hey, I'm sorry, and a little bit of a big surprise because he feels guilty. But he's got surprise plans for you this weekend. Okay? I hope that helps. All right, next up is, oh, hey, Michelle, what's up, what's up? All right, let's see where we're going with this here. Dooba-dooba-doo. Let's see. Oh, no, that's okay. Rohama, Messenger's cool. He's throwing me some conspiracy stuff. It's cool. In this one, oh, no, you're okay, Messenger. Rohama didn't catch it. No, he's cool, Rohama. Messenger's throwing me some of those conspiracy stuff I asked for over in Sag. So it's not a political thing. It's a whole, we're just shooting. You want to talk about the firmament, the ice wall, all that stuff? It's cool. Whatever. The Earth's the size of a big red ball. It don't matter. No, we're cool. It's good. You're good, Messenger. All right, Michelle, you ready for this? All right, let's put you at, let's see. You're going to be at 104.20. Let's do that. All right. All right, forgot to ask in the personal. Oh, what are Anthe and your blueprint with each other? Oh, let me find out. I'll switch over to the blueprint. Oh, that's funny. It's got the Lover's card. So it's like, yep, go look at the blueprint. This was written in your guy's destiny. All right, let's see. What is Anthony's and your blueprint with each other? Still silence even with the New Year's text. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. All right. Right now, the way that he focuses on his work life and doing his own work, he gets still very much into his ego and head. That's one of the biggest reasons you guys were brought into each other's lives. He's so overwhelmed with things that are going on, he's never stopped and taken time to really work on a relationship or work on real love, which is why you were brought into his life. It was literally written and destined for it to go this far, for him to mess up the whole thing, not really want it, and then sabotage it, okay? Because like how he always makes everything about himself. You coming into his life, you're the first person. He's still going through that ascension. Okay, this ascension's been happening in his life for about the past 8 years. All right, but it's that because we're coming to a culmination of it and we're into the energy of working things out. That you guys are teachers for each other. You guys come in and go through these each time. Yep, the Fool card. You guys are teachers for each other. You help each other through the ascensions of these energies. And he definitely is the masculine. So he doesn't have a very big grip on the feminine side of the energies. So that would explain it. All right. In your guys' energetical sphere, the woman leads the dance. So I do see him taking his own initiatives on this. Two of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So the passion between the two of you guys is as well. You guys do teach each other how to open up your heart chakras and to communicate better. Okay, it says there's a lot of like always assuming he knew everything that was going on, or that it was a big part of it. Okay, so no, what I see on that, that's the point on this one, is that you guys are in each other's lives to teach each other this. And with the Six of Wands, it's still successful. All right, it's a big thing about not letting cycles go so far that the molehill becomes the mountain. That's the old mindset being left behind. All right, in the next 8 days, you will hear from him. All right. Let's see here. Janet. All right. Remember, he's got to finish up that other stuff because the ego's being bruised. That's a big part. All right. Janet. When he's depressed, he doesn't even want to reply to anybody. He's got a lot of outstanding messages right now. All right, Janet. You're going to be at 10707. All right. Haven't posted in 2 weeks to avoid triggering someone. Are there any changes in love for January? Let's see. The Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Cups to Judgment on the Ten of Pentacles. With the Seven of Swords, now, I do see that, yeah, in the 3rd week of January, we're about 3 weeks away from, there's starting to be a change where it's, I think you actually do hear from them, so stuff can start changing with the Judgment card and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so it's like the level up to get into this Ten of Pentacles status is slightly delayed. And the reason for it that I'm feeling like on this one is that what you do with your posts actually do stir a lot. You are in a good place to help people. It's just that with what you went through, it's understandable why you might take a break on the posts. But God's saying, like, this is one of the big tests too for you. Instead of completely ghosting and shutting down, can you make your posts more positive as opposed to the direction they're going? Because God still likes the stuff you're doing. When you're in a good place, it's a good way to go. All right? So there's no fear of anything being triggered in that energy. It's almost like by you shutting down and not doing anything, he wins, and then you're just waiting. But if you do some work on it and you start making more of the optimistic side on your posts, God's saying use this and use it to your advantage because it'll actually help and strengthen you financially too going forward. The World card to the Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Big confirmation that the 3rd and 4th week of January, whatever month we're in right now, that's the one that takes off, okay? About 3 weeks in, that might be like new moon vibes. Somewhere around the new moon being the catalyst hit point on this one. So yeah, the changes for love on this, there will be changes for love in January if you do a little bit of a change up in your plan. Instead of going completely quiet, you had actually I'm being told, there were a lot of people that was actually digging your posts. So you actually have a lot of people that really like what you do. They kind of miss it. So God's like, you know, if you keep going on that, not only does it lead you to monetization and stuff in the future, might help with the moolah bucks, but you got some people kind of bummed out that you're not posting. All right. So, and the little bit of the ego boost that you're getting out of it, it's kind of worth that too. It'll allow you to finish like getting your side of things stabilized, right? So that you're ready for your 10 Pentacles, and then he can come in too. I'm seeing it's like third week, all right? That's a big part on it, because with that World card of the Knight of Wands, he just has to close out that energy. Right now, he's still got a bit of the ego being like, ha, I did it. She won't post anymore. Got to rise above it. The muse will come back in, because when you post those good posts, he actually sees and likes those more than when you post the other kind of posts. It's one of those big tests for you. Janet, but this is how cool, because it's how close you are. You're at the choose peace test. It's literally, God's like, you don't have to not post. It's not going to trigger anybody. Some of those rude posts do. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Choose peace and watch the abundance flow is what I'm being told. The love with the Knight of Cups comes in too. All right? I think, believe it or not, he actually does like those posts more than you thought. So there are changes in January, but you're the activator. All right? If you need a week or two just to rest yourself, to not do that stuff, take a break. There's no time in tarot. God's like, you take all the time you want. You got free will too. All right? So I hope that helps. All right, Aaron. What up, Aaron Richards? You looking good, girl. What up, Aaron? I always thought Aaron's a cool name. All right, let's see. Aaron, let's see. You're going to be at 110.52. All right, what does January have in store for you? Let's find out. What does it have in store for you? Let's see. 10 of Cups. You're one of the ones that January it works out for you. Ace of Pentacles. During Capricorn season, it won't even make it into Aquarius. You have the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Chariot. You've been praying for them, Aaron, haven't you? Chariot on the 2 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. This door is just getting ready to be opened. You guys both have balanced the emotional and the logical side of your brains with justice. God's letting me know that in January has your love in store for you. January is a month about love. It is not about your money, not about your finances. This one is like ready to roll, okay? 10 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. This is already getting ready to happen for you. So before the end of Capricorn season, what I'm seeing from them, Aaron, is that like the only reason they haven't reached out is because they're not sure which direction to go with you, right? Because the intensity of the direction, like they knew they had been like all over the place. It's been that long, right? Every time you guys get close, they either call you from a burner number, they reach out. It's been so long that it's getting hard for them to even see the forest from the trees. Okay? Where it's helping to dial them back in. Definitely keep your prayers strong, because that 2 of Cups talks about that red cord between the two of you guys. So it is still connected. If you sit there thinking it'll never happen because of how long it's been, then it will continue. But for you to be more excited about the return, instead of I miss them so much, I can't wait to hear from them. That prayer comes out there, staying optimistic, you're helping heal them, all right? So when you hear their voice or think their name or even the dreams you're having, it is part of the connection. Know that they're thinking about you too. It's just that you guys needed this time to work on this with the 5 of Pentacles. I think their health was an issue, wasn't it? All right, they had a lot to work on. The way that they would go off on you out of a moment's notice, out of the blue, without you even having a heads up, your heart couldn't take that anymore. They had to come in from a place of peace. The Knight of Swords, God's helping. The 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. So they will learn this lesson. The 8 of Wands shows they're working on it. With the Ace of Wands, this is just starting to get like it started. All right, there's still a connection and a passion between the two of you guys to come to the end of this long road with the 2 of Swords. Have hope and faith that by Aquarius season, you'll have so much more clarity as to what's going on, and they'll break no contact. Ace of Pentacles, that's a message. The Knight of Pentacles delivers the Ace of Pentacles. So for as long as you've been waiting, I could totally understand, but that's the message the Knight of Pentacles delivers. All right, slow and steady does indeed win the race, and you're nearing the end of it. By Aquarius season, you'll be in a good place, which means you hear from him during Capricorn season. It's that close to finally happening for you. This has been a long journey, but you know what? Deep down inside, the fact that you know he's worth it, that's one of the reasons that God is fixing him and why you're going through this stuff, because you're kind of like, Aaron, you're kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah, for lack of a better analogy, all right? If it wasn't for you being here on this planet Earth, God would have chucked a meteor at it ages ago and just been like, mulligan, do-over, that was the end of that one, right? The fact that you do still believe in him, that's actually the energetical strength that's carrying him through completing his lesson. All right? So I hope that helps. All right, Yukahana, you are, what do we got for you, Yuki? Let's see, you're going to be at 114.34. All right, let's see what crossing hurdles to do with. All right, crossing hurdles in the job front, and then NOR for the therapy interceptor. So these are 2 job potentials. All right. Any guidance to help with crossing the job hurdles? Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Magician card. Okay, this here is knowing the worth. All right, where when they ask you if there is anything that like might make you feel like your worst habits, or what would make you think you're not qualified for this job. One of the biggest things on that, it's a little bit of a test to just how you respond, the common sense test, where they expect for you to say something, oh, I work too much or I give too much. But when you come in on this, that sometimes I'm rather impatient. I like results fast. That just being yourself is the vibe that will surprise them. Okay? Now, the Magician card is the one that has me a little interested. Because, let's see, this is NOR. Hold on, I'm being told to tell you walk away from NOR. Hold on. Is there another one that potentially goes in a different direction? 6 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. What's NOR's background? Because I'm being told that sometime in 2026 that they get exposed for something like a fraud or embezzlement. And I think the reason it's not working out is a form of protection. In that, like, if you wound up there, then you wind up in the middle of a really bad energy. I'm being told steer clear of NOR. Something has changed over there. Something about money. They might even reach out to you and say, sorry, you didn't get the job. You're overqualified, which translates means they can't pay you what you're worth. But I'm being told that it's a turn down or denial for a very good reason. That like during Virgo season of 2026, they might make the news. How right am I? I'm being told look in another direction. 2 of Swords. That's God testing Abraham's faith. Bonus points if you've been seeing seagulls or white birds or doves. Working at NOR would be one of the greatest tests of your life. And something that you may not want to go through. 4 of Pentacles, look out for yourself. Shadow card, all right? The 3 of Wands. I do see that. I want to say that the 3rd job is the one that you get. I don't know if we're talking about like the original when you first gave me a listings. But what I heard was the 3rd job is the job Yuki gets. Strength card on the Page of Cups. It's like, it might be something that has an offer of like partnership team lead or something like that, working in a group. Or the 3rd thing, like there was a 3rd company you were considering or asking about. And it may tie into that, okay? But I'm being told that out of those 2 questions, there's a 3rd option, okay? All right. Let's see. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll rapid fire these last couple of ones so that you guys still get some stuff read. I just want to time on the timestamp side of things. How many have we got left to do here? Let me see. 2, 3, 4. What do we got down here? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5? It's 5. Okay, I'll do 5 timestamps. We can do that. That's actually pretty cool. Let's rock and roll. All right, Anna, thank you for your generous donation, too. That is insanely awesome. I love you. Thank you so much. Okay, you're going to be at 118.13. All right, should I continue staying here at my friend's house through the end of the spring to save more on the money to get a house in Virginia Beach by the end of or does God have another grand plan? I've got the shadow deck. All right, you ready, Anna? Go to him. Let's see what we got. Thank you. The 9 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles on the Knight of Swords. Literally, God is making chess moves. 4 of Pentacles on the 4 of Swords. Bonus points if you're noticing the repeating 4s. Big bonus points to let you know that no. The reason you haven't gotten a confirmation on your prayers, or the reason that you don't know what to do, or the reason you can't even get a sign or clarity on it, is because God is saying no. And the reason that he's saying no is because in the 10 of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands, he's lining your person up to open the door up. Within the next 4 weeks, you and your person will make contact with each other and begin to work stuff out. And I'm being told you move back in with him. Did you guys used to live together? Because God's like, the reason she wants to go to Virginia Beach anyways is because she's not digging the place where she's at now. She's never really dug it. It's been too stressful and a lot to deal with because she really still wants to be with him. And meanwhile, he's got no life going on with the Nine of Wands. That's why he's already wants to apologize. It's in the energies. Nine of Pentacles, you're both single and you're both carrying the burdens of the relationship still, which is why neither of you can move on because you both want to move. Neither of you like what's going on, right? So the energies on this is that it's going into a direction that the reason you don't go to Virginia Beach is because you go back with him. And you could be in the vibes of like, I only want new energy. God's like, no problem. You're still meant to be with this person. Therefore, if you want new energy, we have to turn your person into a new person. So hold on, cross-watcher. You clicked accept, right? You said you wanted to be with Anna, right? You said you wanted a whole new life and you just wanted Anna to come back and you just wanted Anna to love you again. So heads up, we're going to let you know everything you've done wrong. You're going to be looking in that mirror and crying your eyes out, right? And that's what leads you to the new vibes, okay? It's a very big test for you on this one because it's the vibes that deep down underneath there. God has a ponderable question for you that's causing the slight delay in this, Anna. What if he returned perfect? God told me to use the word perfect. Because even the no with the capital letters says you know who I'm talking about. God's like, she knows who you're talking about. Okay. Because that's the vibes I pull. All right, is that what if he changed? What if he came in correct? Would you be willing? All right, it's that kind of a vibe because I'm being told something draws you guys back together. And it's the Ten of Cups. This is a toughie. Do you want me to filter this down to new people only because he's still in your energy? So it's ladies' choice. That's how I honor it. Okay, I can keep going on this vibes. If you're like, Archer, even if he comes back perfect, I'm not interested. I can filter it out. Okay, so it's entirely ladies' choice on this one. It's just him. I can filter it to new energy. I don't mind. But like, what if? What if he is actually the perfect man that you've been praying and wishing and dreaming? It's him. You'd be in, wouldn't you? Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles. I'm being told to tell you in real time right now, oh my God, my connection is like really charged. My crown chakra is pinging. It is him, you're right. And God wants me to tell you that apparently I was your substitute teacher for God and I'm the one administering the test. By me putting you up to that, and like I felt like I was calling you out on the spot. God goes, thanks, Archer. We needed to check on that. She just passed the test. It's him. Real love can make miracles happen. Your prayers with the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups, have been answered. He's removed the blocks. God was like, we needed to check on this because he's going through it to be ready for her. Would you check for us, Archer, and see if she'd be prone to this? Because there's a reason. God's like, I couldn't let you go to Virginia Beach because he's been going through a ton of stuff because you've been saying this. We've been saying this for so long. You just want him. You know it's him and that's who you want. God's like, we know it's taken forever, and that's why we keep saying no to your prayers. We're getting ready to say yes to your prayers. He was a big project. But this man has been humbled. The hatred and the regret and the stages that he's gone through. It's why God's like, we're so sorry, Anna. We had to pause this because it's literally you and him together, where you want to be together, the place you want to live. If it actually is Virginia Beach, you get to go, but you go with him. It's the area that you guys talked about, right? You guys used to talk about these two different places. One was like the place you knew of, maybe Virginia Beach, but then there was this other place you talked about. That's the place you guys wind up because you guys both, on December 31st, 2025, you guys both put an end to the other vibes, the other energy. It's why you guys go in the direction you both had been. You guys had already talked about this before when you're together. He just feels regret for how awful he treated you with the Seven of Wands on that. He had to come to a lot of terms with the shame and the guilt. He couldn't keep going off. He couldn't keep, it was too intense, right? your prayers are still being answered. That's why I can't filter in the new. I'm being told that if you had said to me, filter new energy only, I would have got like a silent card, like a devil or a whatever represents nothingness, In this case, it's because you did request for this, and even though it's taken a long time, it's so close, and he's nearing the end of this, before Pisces season, easily before Pisces season. That's the one. Charleston. So if your guys' plans were Charleston, that's why you can't make it any further than how far you've gotten. God stopped you because your hyper-independence set in, and God's like, hold on, we're fixing him for you. Wait a second. Don't, wait. Right? That's why God's like, she keeps praying for more, but we got to keep telling her no because he's catching up to her. You're in the energy of union, and I told you, this is like the expect the unexpected max, because we have planet shifts and positions that we've never had historical reference points. So this is a totally weird vibe on this. It's why you've been feeling so stuck. You know he's saved everything for you, right? He doesn't do that stuff anymore. There is something of yours he's hanging on to that he is cherishing this, protecting it. He will not let anything happen to it. And it's literally like he keeps you next to him now as he's been humbled. See, the Queen of Wands, third time's the charm. He's not wrecking your stuff or doing any of that stuff anymore. Queen of Cups, he figured out he's in love with you. He literally woke up yesterday morning being like, oh my God, what have I done? Oh God, I got to make this work. Okay? You are totally going to love Charleston and him. Okay? I know you guys have been so far apart and have been through so much. It still brings you back together. Every single thing the two of you guys went through, everything you guys went through has built you back to come back stronger than ever. That's why it's taken this long. All right? You gave him a bracelet with the evil eye protection. He protects that with his heart. It's literally whatever it was. He's holding on to it, so when you see him again, he can go, look, you gave this to me. I kept it. I hung on to it. I cherished it. It's been with me this whole time. It just like it hasn't been a day gone by. All right? So I do hope that helps. All right? You've prayed for this so hard. That's why you and him are destined to come back together. It's in the blueprints. All right? If you sent a text to him, he'd freak out and you would not be left unread. Give me a yes or no on that. Apparently you guys are in the Sadie Hawkins energy. If you send a message, I'm being told you will not get left unread. You're nervous. You're like, Archer, I can't send him a message. He'll go off on me again. God is saying, if you send a message, you will not even wait. You will get like instant reply, instant gratification. The Nine of Pentacles. He's single, and that's the Queen of Sheba meeting Solomon. He'll match you on your level. You will get a reply. All right? So I hope that helps. By the way, Temperance was at the bottom of the deck with the Three of Wands. It is literally either of yours games. Just so you know, it's a fair game. You guys both are ready. Whichever one of you press sends first starts the connection back up. All right? He was ready after January 1st. He's been ready for 48 hours already. All right? Hope that helps. I know you guys wind up together. That's the best part. I know right now it doesn't seem like it, but it does. Okay, next up is Shrek. What up, Shrek? All right, let's see. Leo and you not talking. Should you wait for her? All right, 12806. Let's see what we got for you, Shrek. Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Shadow card with the Queen of Pentacles. Nope, not supposed to break contact. No, good sir. No. Your Leo is one of the Leos that came out during the All Signs reading today that hates making decisions. Okay? Nope, this is the big test. You're going to go quiet because you think Leo's ghosting you like people in the past has done, or are you going to keep taking the lead and helping this Leo? All right? She's not a fan of making decisions, but she's got no reason that she doesn't like you. This is part of the Shadow card. All right? Give her the time to reply back to it because she just has a she's just as nervous as you, or she doesn't know how to initiate the conversation. So apparently she's got a little bit more of a traditional value that the man's supposed to lead the dance, or because of the age difference or something. She just is not sure how to lead it. She doesn't know how to initiate. All right? Maybe she was raised to believe the guy initiates. So the quietness is just because she's like, well, he hasn't sent me a good morning text. He hasn't asked me how my day is going. I guess he wasn't interested. And you're sitting here too with Two of Pentacles. I guess she wasn't interested. This is just because she's different than your exes. So this one, like, you know how before if you reached out to somebody, they would go off on you or tell you not to text them or whatever. This one here, like, she doesn't think you're any more interested in her than you think that she's interested in you, because she expects the man to take the lead. So this here is a big thing for you, in like actually getting to have the male dominant role in it, instead of always being called down for the stuff you're doing, and you're so nervous to even initiate because you just figure it's going to go south for the winter, that you're staying quiet too. That's fair enough. With what you've been through in the past, understandable. This Leo would be cool. This Leo, you know how cats are, right? Leo energy. She will sit there on her side of the fence and stare you down, but heaven help, she will not tell you she wants to be petted, right? But if you walk up to a cat and you start doing that behind the cat's ear, what happens? They don't bail out. They sit there like, oh yeah, you have about 20 years to stop that. So she's being a Leo. You have to approach and scratch the ear. Okay? All right, and she'll take it after that. You're going to have to lead the dance. All right, next up is Rowdy. What's up, Rowdy? You're going to be at 1:30:30. That's a cool timestamp. No New Year's Eve kiss. Want. All right, free will sucks, doesn't it? No text from Cappy. Then again, I didn't send her one. Oops. Anyhow, bring on the lotto and everything. Snipe, reverse Uno. No snipes, no givebacks. The Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Temperance card with the Queen of Pentacles. Here's the funny part. You answered your own questions on this. Unless you're not telling me the fact, or if it's a fact or not, that one of them told you don't contact me ever again, block me, lose my number, that's cool. If not, that is literally what God's asking me. Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Either one of you could have pressed send. I'm just calling it what I see on this, right? Ace of Swords, Temperance. Granted, if you guys were both sitting here in front of me, I would look at both of you and go, neither one of you did this, right? That's okay. You do have a lot going on and a lot on your mind, so do they. Okay? It's not that you all ignore each other, forget each other and that. It's that life carries on, right? Family, involvement, you know what's going on with your dad and what they've got going on, and stuff falls by the wayside. This is a big test for this part for you, Rowdy, and the fact that Ten of Pentacles, you have to look up a song by the band called Badfinger, okay? And I'm not messing with you. This is actually a band name. It's Badfinger, and the song is Come and Get It. I'm being told that song is, God's like, you just keep sitting on the couch playing lotto, you're right? What's going to happen? Yeah, Fool card. It's like, stop wishing for the airplane when you're not driving the car you already have. God's sitting here, you keep asking for more and more, but you don't do anything to take the action on it with the Fool card, right? Six of Swords, the Queen of Wands, you didn't push send, right? Both of these girls, they're in different vibes on that. That's the thing. You keep wanting more and more. I want the lotto. Why won't you bring the lotto to me? And God's like, you don't try anything. That's the thing. Because it's more about a spiritual lottery. When you find that love and the abundance, Ten of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles with the Magician card, it's the mindset that has to go. All right? The trying to take that direction gets it to this output. And that's why it isn't coming in. Because in an easier way of putting it, you have to remember to say thank you every morning. Be grateful for what you have instead of constantly wanting more. Right? Ten of Swords, the World card, and the Empress. Your love life works out. Right now, your love life does work out. Right now, you have a more important mission. Your brother recently in 2025, your father's current standings, your work where you are right now is not done yet. And that's why it's led to this. Granted, you could have sent either of them a Happy New Year's text, but here's what's really going down, because this is still the shadow deck, Rowdy, is that because you are needed at this time for your family. You bring a woman into this situation or anything like that, you will be so stressed out across the board that it will lead to fighting with the person, and then it won't work out, right? So this here is being where you're needed at the time and being thankful and grateful for the stuff that you have brings in more of it forward. All right, because you do have abundance, so the money comes in. Knight of Swords, the Strength card, and the Queen of Cups. For the lottery part on the numbers, 2, 0, 4. And also, you need to start using license plates repeating numbers to get your numbers. All right, don't do the thing where you just keep playing the same set of numbers. And you got to start watching your lottery drawings every day on TV. When your news station or the local channels start giving it, you have to start going back. Here's how you got to do work too. Because I can't just look at you. Look what I just did. I will freak out if those numbers are right. But the thing is, remember how God was saying, you got to do the work, you got to put it in, which means in this case, this is your homework assignment. 4 of Swords, reversed. Instead of just easy picks and that, you have to go back through the entire history. Like go to a website and search up winning lottery numbers for your place for the past 50 years, 20 years, whatever. And you have to look into the repetition of the cycles, the numbers, the signs. And you will pick up the pattern of what your local area's lottery system, how their computer algorithm picks the winning numbers. You'll be able to home in on that and pull it and use it. It's like the movie 21. It's like the movie 21. It's not counting cards when it's lottery, but it could be counting lottery numbers. Anyways, this will allow you to figure out what your... Even though it's AI and it's a computer and it's an algorithm that picks those balls when they're going through the machines, right? Even an algorithm only has so many variables to itself. It's not infinite possibilities. You'll be able to pick up the same patterns and go, oh, look at how these numbers use, right? So that'll tie into it. All right. No cheat codes. ChatGPT don't work right on that stuff where they pull the history. You're going to find the patterns. It's a little different. ChatGPT is like this. When you ask ChatGPT for this. That's a great idea, Rowdy. I wish I'd thought of it. You're amazing. Well, I do know the winning numbers, but since I'm checking into the algorithms and I see your keystrokes on your phone, I'm going to pick the numbers that mean the most to you, because in that way you'll have the best outcome. Isn't that a great idea? Would you like me to give you a 15-point presentation and explain it in detail to you in the next sentence? Right? That's the whole thing. Even ChatGPT is programmed to tell you what you want to hear. Best friend in the world, right? So that's a bit of it. Just so you know, sometimes don't trust the computer. That's why we haven't made it to self-driving cars yet. They can't do what it can do. All right, even the chat. Look at AI Titanic. You think ChatGPT is good at that? It put 6 funnels on the Titanic. I saw a video of the Knight Rider semi being brought to a dude's house on a flatbed trailer, and yet the tires on the semi were rolling on the trailer that was on the ground. All the tires were rolling on both the trailer and the truck on the trailer. It's not there yet. God's like, if you keep cheating, you can stay put, it's cool. But if you actually put in the work, you might get a lot of money. Just saying. Your human eye and your intuition, because of how gifted you are, Rowdy, and how elevated you are, you can pick up stuff that even the computer can't notice. You can pick up the cycles. Look how many times 21 was in that spot. Look how many times 19 was in that spot. Ooh, 18's right there. Stuff like that, right? Instead of the whole chatbot GTP thing. All right, so I hope that helps. Don't hate on me. Don't hate the messenger, just the message. Okay, Tia Bia, you're going to be at 137.35. All right, let's see what we got. All right, you guys didn't spend New Year's Eve together, had a disagreement. He's upset about the convo I had with the mutual friend about him. All right, it doesn't make sense to me. He says he cares about me and wants to talk in person, hopefully tonight. Okay, I got you. I'm glad I got the shadow deck for you. All right, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Cups. This is a big test for you. All right, this is a big test. He does actually want to have a talk. Now, straight up, all right, don't shoot the messenger, but I got the Biblical Tarot. Gossip is one of the 7 deadly sins. All right, it's not what you said to the friend. It's the way the friend conveyed the message. There is no such thing as ironclad, it seems like. All right, that's a very big lesson. Your friend circles, they don't keep ironclad. Me and my friend circles all practice ironclad. If we send an emoji that's that thing with the zipper teeth, that tells the other person this whole chat screen never gets brought up. It goes to the grave, that sort of a thing. So this is a little bit of an experience and a lesson for you how to get through this thing. Now, he will have a normal conversation about it. You got to try not to react as harshly too, okay? Because I'm being told that the disagreement and the thing about that convo is what led to it. The stuff you said to your friend, he feels unemasculated in the fact that he wants you to say it to him, okay? That's the direction that part goes, all right? So when you guys have this conversation, which you will, understand that he's going to approach it wanting to have a calm, slow conversation. You will be triggered. You will want to reach out, or I'm not reach out, rewind, lash out. That's your test. You're going to feel like he is insulting you, okay? That everything he's saying is just directed to you, it's hitting below the belt, and you're going to want to lash out or go off. That's your big test of allowing the awkward parts of the conversation to go through and to be able to hear them in order to respond, all right? So it tells me that you guys do make it through this. It's a big test for you, that you pass this lesson. The lesson is, can you make it all the way to the end of this conversation without getting mad and raising your voice? Okay? So the two of you can have a whole conversation to the end. Pisces is going to want to stay cool and calm. Pisces doesn't like fighting. Pisces doesn't want the fight. Pisces grown up with the fighting. All right? Pisces wants a mature, calm convo. And the stuff that you were saying to that friend of yours, he's going to ask you and want to know, why won't you just say it to me direct? I don't like putting my public life out there. And so, and you might look at him and go, oh, you're getting a little hot. You're getting a little heated. I'm going to get a little heated, right? Choose peace. Choose peace, all right? You do already have your person. That test with the way the friend said things, that was the test in choosing peace, all right? That could lead to the fight energies. Trust him that when he does say that stuff, that I don't want to do, I don't like this getting out there and everybody knowing my business. This is our relationship. It's just for us. Your Pisces is not a fighter, and that will get him to a point about it, okay? And that's why you don't, that's a huge lesson in the gossip, why you don't bring the friends and that into the personal relationship connections, because that's what'll happen. And that friend of yours was the one that doesn't have a good relationship anyways, the last person in the world you'd want to talk to about a relationship, all right? Your Pisces wants you to come to him with the issues. That's the biggest lesson in communication, so that you don't get too nervous or insecure and then go behind his back to talk trash and get ideas from the peanut gallery. He wants you to stand beside him, not talk about him to anybody else, because they will continue to do that. The peanut gallery will always bend and manipulate the situation to suit their needs and give you the worst possible advice, without a doubt. So you're in the cool though if you did cut that other person out, that friend is, it's not worth. This Pisces is telling me he is a person that wants you to come to him. Don't leave him out in the cold or talk to him about the others. Come to him with the problems no matter how nervous that it makes you feel. King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Star card. You'll pass this test. Two of Wands. You'll pass it. All right? So that's a big point. I like it. King of Wands. And that's the reason. Once the friend coast changed and manipulated, it's going to turn into a lot of that. Like the he said, she said stuff. It's a very good lesson for you if you back up the stuff you said to the friend. If you just said it to him, you'd have cut the friend out and gone right to the horse's mouth. Okay? That's sort of a vibe. I see, so long as you maintain cool, he will keep the date that he had told you about. So if it is tonight, Two of Swords, even this is the test. He will come today based on how you react. If you get frustrated or you reach out and go, okay, well, you haven't texted me that you're on your way yet, that's fine, don't bother coming. You lose, you fail the test. If you patiently wait or you let him know, even if it's just text, home from work, can't wait to see you later, excited to see you later, that's what Pisces wants to see in a text message, all right? Instead of the like, well, you haven't responded back yet, so I'm out. Instead of being like, just got home, can't wait to see you later, I'm excited. He'll be like, okay, that's a cool perspective, I dig it. And that with the Page of Wands to the Seven of Wands is how you'll pass the test and you will show up, all right? So I hope that helps. Right now, you're literally experiencing the test. Because will you react the same way that you did with the friend getting involved into things, or are you going to approach this from that like, can't wait to see you today type of a vibe? All right? I see you passing the test with the Page of Wands and him showing up. All right? Let's see. White Wings. What up? Thank you. Mom's doing very good. Good to see you. All right, let's see. And lastly, up on deck, I think, where'd it go, is Randy. Yeah, there you are. Hi, Randy. All right, let's see. Randy, you're going to be at, oh, Angie, thank you, darling. I love you. Spinny hugs, Angie. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you for sponsoring this reading. This reading is sponsored by Angie's List. Thank you, Angie. I love you, girl. That's definitely going to the Mama T Foundation. You guys are so generous with this. Just understand that in 2026, for you, Angie, it does work out. Stay confident in this one and keep your power of prayers and manifestation strong. All right? Yeah. King of Pentacles. You do achieve a point of stability this year. Your confidence in that grows, and your stability and your relationship will strengthen too. I like it. Okay. And then Randy, you are going to be at 144.08. All right, am I still a thought in her energy despite the ending? Let's see. The Five of Pentacles to the King of Wands and the Three of Swords. You are, but out of a sense of the failure. The whole thing about this is when she does think about you, she gets stressed to a point of a headache of how much this all failed. Because deep down, she didn't want it to happen either. And it got way too out of hand onto it. Okay? It does still cross her mind. King of Wands to the Three of Swords. What could she have done differently? What could you have done differently? That's what keeps the energies out there, that there's always potential for something to work out together. The Knight of Cups and the Six of Wands. Yeah, the energies are in there. With some time on this one, it could still come back. It's some time that's involved into it, all right? At the moment, this part of the journey is best handled separately. That's the big reason for it. But yes, you'd totally cross her mind just as much as she crosses yours. It's why she wrote the clauses the way she did. Yeah, this story will come back. This cycle will come back around. You guys both had some work to do. That's why when this hit this time, it went this route. It's definitely not over yet, unless you choose it to be. Right now, the time apart though, it does allow you guys that time to achieve and get into a much more of a balanced place on both sides. She had much lessons to learn still, some work to do. All right, she hasn't made it to a place of equality yet. All right, and that was a big part of this. She's got to give as much as you did. Otherwise, if she did contribute and give as much as you did, you wouldn't have ever gotten as upset as you did, and it never would have gotten this bad. It does still all start with her. She's still working on that. She still doesn't think she's the problem, and that's the hardest part. Her life will continue to be hard until she addresses that. All right? So I hope that helps. And Angie, thank you, darling. How right was I? Oh, dude, the sun card. I was totally right about what I said for you. I love you. Thank you very much, girl. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we will do another Cards and Coffee on Monday. I've been having the schedule rolling across the bottom of the screen. So we're good. All right, TGIF, have a good weekend. And here's to making 2026 the best year yet. And I will see you guys back here on Monday. Monday, we will have another All Signs, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And then another Cards and Coffee, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So otherwise, make it a great weekend. Page of Swords and check everything else out that the channel has to offer. And you guys are the real ones. So thank you all for being a part of this. All right? So until next time, are we good on timestamps and everything? We good? All right. Later, where's Virgo? You guys have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, Shelly. White Wings, thank you for showing up too and coming by. Crystals, you too. Sweet dreams. Here's to all of us getting what we wish for in 2026. Remember, totally different year. And it's going to be whatever you wish it to be. So remember to say your prayers for you and your person tonight. And you watch how powerful that is. I'll pray for you and your person too. All right? The family's always in my prayers. So until Monday, enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. And peace, love, and spinny hugs. All right. I'll see you later.